We took a boat out into the Red Sea. We did some diving. We found plenty of evidence that this was an important nautical site, an important port. We even found what we think are some ancient amphora.
Yes.
So are we on the right track? Was this an entry and exit point from the land of Punt?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Let me show you this. That's your port city, Kosair.
Okay.
And between Safaga and Kosair, you find Marsa Gawasis, which is kind of the epicenter of activities on your way for Punt.
So, Marsa Gawasis, just a few miles away from where we're looking, is the real port used by ancient Egyptians to travel to Punt?
Yes. An international team of archaeologists excavated in this site. They made the discoveries of physical evidence of the journey. We have ropes, we have sets of boxes, and we have amphorae, we have fragments of ships.
You're telling us that these are thousands of years old?
Those have been dated already.
Wow. Recently, archaeologists discovered human-made caves just 70 feet below the waters of Marsa Gawasis that were filled with all sorts of nautical items, proving that ancient Egyptians likely launched long journeys on the Red Sea from this area.
They're finding ropes, they're finding amphora, they're finding boxes. All of this is ancient stuff. But how does this link us to Punt?
It gets more interesting and more precise. Inscribed in sacred hieroglyphs on one of the vessels, it says, "The marvels of Punt, the wonderful things of Punt."
Am I getting this straight? These are boxes that are found in this port carrying goods from the period that we're looking at, and they're being stamped with a stamp that essentially says "Marvels of Punt."
Yes.
I mean, this is the label that says "Made in Punt."
Yeah, that's incredible.
Essentially what this says.
I like that, how you qualify it.
Yeah. This to me is like, lights are going off.
This is an earth-shattering find.
What was in these boxes? What were they finding?
We have gold, ivory, ebony, and frankincense.
Okay.
So where can these four things be found in the same place? That's what we need to find out.
We have ancient boxes, stamped, certified, made in Punt.
I mean, this is the place that we believe gave birth to the entire civilization of ancient Egypt. All its wealth, all its power could have originated here. So maybe what was in these boxes can help us find this mysterious land.
You know, Marsa Gawasis would have been a starting point.
The key to uncovering where the lost land of Punt was located is using every navigational clue we've learned so far and plotting them on a modern map.
Historians have looked at the reliefs, so it gives us a clue that this land was along the coast of the Red Sea. And they've said this could have been a 25-day journey.
We know it would have taken 25 days of sailing along the Red Sea from Marsa Gawasis to reach Punt. During that time, an ancient ship could travel 40 miles a day. So plotting every possible direction, that gives us a 1,000-mile radius as a search zone.
So here's our 1,000-mile search radius, but that's a massive area. We really need to narrow it down more.
We know that we're bringing back ivory, gold, frankincense, and ebony, right?
Yeah.
What we could do is use a process of elimination to see what region had all of those resources at the same time.
Okay, kind of like a Venn diagram.
Exactly.
Ivory, gold, frankincense, and ebony are only found in very specific areas in our 1,000-mile search zone. So when you overlay where each of these natural resources existed, an X should mark the spot.
So I take the ebony distribution map, overlay it over modern Africa map. Only a small part of it falls within our search zone. Let's add ivory.
You'll see the shared regions getting darker.
Okay.
From essentially the Horn to really Nigeria. We can add frankincense. Frankincense distribution is wide and varied. And gold. Boom. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's incredible. I mean, literally, we boiled our search area down to 100 square miles. Everything points to
The epicenter of all four of our resources.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
For centuries, archaeologists and historians have wondered how ancient Egypt, one of history's most advanced civilizations, seemingly springs out of nowhere. Could the answer to this age-old mystery lie in modern-day Ethiopia?
That could have been the land of ancient Punt.
You and I need to get on a plane.
This place is like one of the oldest occupied places in Africa.
Absolutely breathtaking.
We've linked up with Michael Briany, our local contact, who will help us navigate our search zone. Could the answers to Egypt's mysterious origins lie buried somewhere in this area?
Is there any frankincense trees in this area?
A lot. There's the incense, there's the gold, there's ivory, ebony wood is here.
It certainly seems idyllic. I could see how somebody could think of this as the land of the gods.
That's one of the things of this place. It's just alluring.
To find out more about this ancient land, Michael has set up a meeting in a mysterious temple that could reveal the location of Punt.
Hello, doctor.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Emiliano.
Oh, Agazi.
Justin, nice to see you, Dr. Gass.
Agazi.
Dr. Agazi Nagash is a professor and geoarchaeologist who spent decades excavating sites around Ethiopia, looking for answers about the prehistoric world and the lost land of Punt.
We've been on a long journey all the way through Egypt. It's brought us here, and we've been in search of the land of Punt. Is there anything you could tell us that might help us find this ancient mystical place?
We are here in Yaha,
Okay.
and there is a very ancient temple. Then there is a clear connection between this temple and Punt.
Wow. Can we take a look?
Yeah.
These are the oldest ruins in Ethiopia and are believed to be the birthplace for all future civilizations in this area. But to this day, who lived here and why is still a mystery.
Oh, this is a temple. There you go.
Wow.
Could this temple have been connected to the lost civilization that launched ancient Egypt to its superpower status?
It's a good looking temple.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, man.
So how old is this place?
It's thought to be as old as 1,000 years BC,
1,000 years.
which is 3,000 years old. And one excavation has indicated that there was a smaller temple that was built before this one, underneath.
So like serialized occupation,
So,
right?
And that was 4,000 years before the building of this temple. So that falls within the window of the ancient Egyptian civilization.
Yeah.
I mean, that fits the bill to the T of what we've been searching for.
Yeah.
So the time frame works, and we know this whole region is rich in the resources Egypt got from Punt. But what else about this particular site makes you think it could be part of ancient Punt?
Archaeological finds indicate that this belonged to a kingdom that was wealthy and powerful, and the connection with Punt is because of the trade goods. A lot of frankincense of Ethiopian origin have been found in archaeological contexts in Egypt.
Yeah.
And also, alabaster from Egypt has been found in a burial context here, showing us some kind of contact with ancient Egypt.
So that's very interesting.
That's a big link.
The puzzle pieces are all fitting together. At this very location, not only were there frankincense trees, which were one of the wonders of Punt sent to Egypt, but archaeologists have also found alabaster from ancient Egypt, a key resource likely used by the pharaohs when trading with Punt.
There's a lot of elements here that are starting to add up to the possibility that this might have been ancient Punt, but we're looking for a massive ancient civilization. All we have is a temple. Why aren't there other temples, other structures?
Where's the rest?
Where, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate,
Yes.
but this is because of two reasons. Number one, there hasn't been a lot of archaeological work in this area that dates back to Egyptian period.
What's the second reason?
Well, this area is known as the Afar Triangle. This is where the Arabian plate, the Nubian plate, and the Somalian plate meet. But those plates are pulling apart from each other.
Okay.
And the result is, it is one of the most seismically active areas in the world.
Really?
In the year 2005 alone, there were about 150 earthquakes in this area. 150 earthquakes in this area. Those earthquakes culminated in creating a tear on the ground on the earth that is almost 40 miles long
Yeah.
Wow.
and 30 feet wide.
What? If anything was sitting on top of that, it would have essentially disappeared. It would have been swallowed by the earth.
Forget it, gone.
So you're inferring that possibly the land of Punt could have been swallowed up by the earth.
But it's possible.
The reason no one can find it is perhaps because
It's not there.
it's not there anymore. So if this structure was part of Punt's kingdom, it's the only one that survived?
Yeah, probably.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Everything we've done thus far really has led us here.
Perhaps it did essentially get wiped off the map. But fortunately, its influence, its knowledge will always live on.
Sure.